Stasis Warlock is already amazing, but I think I've created the perfect loadout, making Onslaught a breeze. Taking advantage of a few perks from the seasonal artifact, an amazing piece of armor, and one of my favorite exotic weapons, we can shut down every single enemy. Let's go ahead and take a look at our exotic armor piece first. Up first is Cenotaph Mask. Its exotic perk is called High Priority. High Priority steadily reloads a portion of your equipped trace rifle's magazine from reserves. Damaging a vehicle, boss, or champion with a trace rifle marks them. When an ally defeats this marked target, special ammo is granted to you and heavy ammo for your allies. To put it simply, this is going to keep your magazine nice and full. Look, this exotic is like a stronger, better Actium War Rig. The reloading effect feels stronger and more reliable, and it grants ammo for you and your allies when you mark a target. Look, sometimes you're going to have to tag an enemy, not do any more damage, hopefully your ally kills them, and then they won't get the kill quick enough, so you got to re-tag them, and then hopefully they kill them, then you end up wasting way more ammo than the roughly 50 you'll get, but it's worth it if you have competent teammates. I honestly love this mask, and it pairs really well with exotic trace rifles. Now we just need one that's really good, that'll fit the bill. Ager Scepter. Ager Scepter is a Stasis trace rifle with the exotic perk Ager's Call. Final blows with this weapon generate a slowing burst around the defeated target. It also has the exotic trait Riga's Refrain, making it so Stasis final blows transfer ammo to the weapon's magazine from reserves, which pairs extremely well with Cenotaph to make sure you never have to reload. And that exotic perk, Ager's Call, is that slowing burst can hit so many targets at once, and it can freeze a huge group of enemies in seconds. And Ager's Scepter has the best catalyst in the entire game, because I fucking hate Stasis supers. Ager's catalyst is called Will Given Form, and it makes it so when you hold reload, you will start draining your super energy, overflowing the magazine and empowering the beam with bonus damage. And steady damage with the beam slows and freezes targets until you either run out of ammo or super energy, allowing you to absolutely melt bosses and wipe out groups of ads. You can only activate this when your super is full, and it can be stopped at any time by holding reload again to save as much super energy as you need. I mean, you can see in the background gameplay, this is amazing. It melts bosses, it just spreads ice across the whole battlefield. It's a 10 out of 10 catalyst, and I strongly recommend you use it. Look, I'm adding this part like the day before posting because I almost totally forgot, but I strongly recommend you use double special in this loadout. Double special is so strong, regardless, especially with the mods we're using, and you will stay topped up on ammo, I promise you. And my number one recommendation for another special weapon to use is Indebted Kindness. This weapon is so amazingly good, even though I haven't got a roll worth of yet, I promise you it's worth using, so pair Ager Scepter with Indebted Kindness and you'll feel great. Okay, let's cover our subclass real quick. Obviously we're using Stasis, there's no surprise there. We're going to stick with Healing Rift because we want to stay alive. Empowering Rift is good, but staying alive is much more important. Your melee, you're stuck with one choice, stick with it. And then for your grenade, we're actually going to go with Cold Snap Grenade that seeks and freezes enemies out. And then for the aspects. First up is Ice Flare Bolts. Shattering a frozen target spawns Seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets, which is just stupidly strong and pairs perfectly with Cold Snap Grenade and the next aspect, Bleaker Watch. Holding your grenade button will convert it into a stasis turret that fires slowing projectiles at targets until they freeze. The Bleaker Watch turret is one of my favorite things in Destiny. Defends the shit out of your ADU. You don't have to do anything. You don't even need good teammates for this to do just amazing. And like I said, it just pairs so well with Ice Flare Bolts. Next up we have our fragments. First up we have Whisper of Torment, so you'll gain grenade energy when you take damage from targets. This is just going to help us keep our Bleak Watcher turret up as much as possible. Then we have Whisper of Durance. Slows that you apply last longer. For those abilities that linger, their duration will increase. And yeah, this makes the Bleak Watcher turret slow go from 2 seconds to 4 seconds and last 5 seconds longer. Then we have Whisper of Shards. Shattering a Stasis Crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. Shattering more crystals boosts it more. Again, we're trying to get these Bleak Watcher turrets up, so this perk is an amazing fit. Thirdly, we're using Whisper of Hedrons, which grants you greatly increased weapon stability, aim assist, airborne effectiveness, mobility, resilience, and recovery after freezing a target. Whisper of Hedrons gives you plus 60 resilience and recovery, making it so we don't have to put as many stat boosts into those categories with our armor, so we can take more advantage of useful armor mods that are especially going to benefit us for our ammo economy. Speaking of armor mods, usually I like to skip over them and not cover them in-depthly because they're boring as shit. but on this build, we're going to dive into it a little bit because it's very important. On your helmet, you get 2 special ammo finders with a Stasis siphon. The siphon is there for us to help create orbs, and the special ammo finder is going to help us find special ammo. And on your gauntlets, we got 2 grenade kickstarts. I would probably use firepower instead, but I don't even think Bleak Watcher can get kills, so I'm not even going to risk it, but if it works, I would suggest that. Next up on our chest, we're going with 3 harmonic reserves. We want to hold as much ammo as possible for our Ager Scepter, so fill me up, daddy. Also, take advantage of this by using a Stasis power weapon like Typhoon GL5, Bump in the Night, or Recurrent Impact. And if you have a good Recurrent Impact, it is perfect for this build because you get an extra ad clear option. For the leg armor, we're going with Innervation for grenade energy on orb pickups, Recuperation for some health on orb pickups, and Harmonic Scavenger. Feel free to replace Recuperation with an extra Scavenger mod if you play a little more safe, but I play like an absolute idiot, so I definitely need the health. And then Scavenger will give you an extra 10% ammo per brick, every single brick. And then we got a little weird on our bond. We have a combo of Proximity Ward and Special Finisher to generate special ammo while being shielded during it, and then also a Bomber mod. Because of Grenade Kickstart, I'm not sure how many finishers we're going to get with 3 armor charges, but as a last case scenario for ammo, it's a great option. Then for our seasonal artifact, not much here thankfully. We're just going with Pillar of Ice in the 4th column, so that defeating a frozen target spawns a Stasis Crystal. It's actually an amazing fit for this build because of Whisper of Shards, of course. And then the 5th column, we have Hail the Storm. Shattering frozen targets and crystals deal increased damage. Shattering crystals releases shards of ice that damage and slow targets. It's so cool seeing the little ice shards shoot off and hit enemies. I'm going to try to insert a clip here that way you can get a good look at it and see the little ice spikes fly off, but it's super dope, definitely worth using. And that's all. This is honestly an amazing build that's going to carry you through Onslaught. Give this build a shot for me and let me know how it treats you. See ya!